Many of you have asked, how do I rank up in Counter-Strike 2 while solo queuing? Today, we're going to talk about how you can solo queue to make it to the next level and find the most success in your game so that you are able to take yourself from noob to pro. I'm going to give you my professional tips and tricks to help you understand what you need to do to give yourself the best shot possible in all of these solo queue matchmaking and face it games. But before we get into that, I do have to give you a message from the sponsor of today's video. Thank you to the sponsor of today's video, Skins Monkey. They are one of the greatest and easiest to use CS2 trading sites out there. You can swap out the skins you do not like for brand new ones that are so much more fresh. Even skins that are trade locked can be secured by adding them to your backpack. The greatest thing about the site is that you can buy skins for so much cheaper with a 35% deposit bonus when you use my code CoJo. Make sure to check out the freebie section where you can get a free skin just by completing tasks. On top of the bonuses, you also get a $5 bonus when clicking the link in the description. Alright, so let's talk about solo queuing. What is solo queuing inside of the game, and how can we make sure that we are pushing our limits as far as the, how good we can do while solo queuing? So solo queuing is essentially when you are playing by yourself in the game and you're going to get into lobbies where you are not with any of your friends or anybody that you are familiar with, right? One of the things about solo queuing is that you're gonna have to be very self-sufficient and understand how to play the game by yourself, right? You're gonna have to not rely on people to carry you every single game, and you're gonna have to develop your skills so that you can lock down whatever part of the map you're on. When you're solo queuing, it's going to be vital to be able to be flexible and be able to change your positions, because some games you're going to be playing A, some games you're going to be playing mid window, some games you're going to be playing catwalk, and it's constantly going to change. And it's important that you don't get frustrated when you're not able to play the position you want to play. So you've got to be extremely flexible when we do this. By far one of the most valuable things that you can do when you're solo queuing is get good at learning how to play off of the radar. Now, why is it so important to play off of the radar? Because when you get into these solo queue games, you might not have teammates that have good communication. You might have teammates that don't even speak your language. So it's very important at the end of the day that you know how to read this radar so that you can make decisions off of what is being shown on your screen, right? I always tell you guys, like, if they're heavy out middle on Mirage, then, you can make your plays. You can push into ramp. You can get into forward positions. You can throw utility to support your teammates. But at the end of the day, the radar is going to be your best friend. As a solo queue, there's games where sometimes you get really toxic teammates or people that are just completely trolling, and you're going to have to mute them, right? That's some advice I have to give you as a solo queuer is don't be afraid to mute people. You might be like, well, coach, like, you're going to miss out on communication. You're going to miss out on, like, important comms. Guys, if people are being, like, extremely toxic or just trolling every single round of their comms, their communication is unneeded. You don't need their communication, and it's important that you can keep your headspace clear and be able to keep going forward. Now, another thing that you have to understand about solo queuing is you need to not be tilted, right? And it's important that you understand that while you're solo queuing, you are putting yourself at a disadvantage. Don't be tilted when you're playing a 3Q, 4Q, 5Q of players, because, you're not supposed to win most of the time. You are by yourself, and you need to understand how to unlock your own abilities and how to set yourself up for success, right? Because not every game are you going to be able to help your teammates out, because they're not going to know the synergy. They're not going to know the timings. They're not going to know these things that you need them to know, right? So you're not allowed to be tilted when, like, you're like, hey man, can you throw the 3 smokes from the 1 spot here? Or, and they're like, I don't know how to throw these smokes. You're not allowed to be mad, right? You're not allowed to be mad when you're like, hey bro, can you smoke inside a con? And they're like, I don't know that in con smoke. They're not queued with you. They're random players, so don't get so upset when they don't know how to play off of you, right? When they don't know how to play off of you, it's fine, because these aren't the people that are on your team. These aren't the people that are queued with you. These aren't, people that you're gonna have to worry about. So I see a lot of people get so upset when random people don't know something very specific. Well, guys, like, you need to understand utility that's going to help you out, right? Understand utility that's going to allow you to succeed. So what does that mean? That can mean, like, when you're running out ramp here, knowing how to smoke off junk stairs, or bench, and then molly stairs, right? Knowing this type of util, and I actually kind of messed it up. It should still work out though. Allows you to scale. Is like knowing this type of util to help you out a bit and to give you a chance to get into the round is so good versus, like, getting mad that your teammate doesn't know how to throw the combo smokes here, right? So, like, understand that if you truly want to get better at the game, you're gonna have to put in the work yourself to learn this type of utility and how to set yourself up. Too many solo queue players are trying so hard to set their random players up, and they're not setting themselves up. One thing I love to do in the games is to find myself in positions where I can farm by myself. If I'm the B player, I'm like, hey, I'm asking the cat player, hey, can you boost me up here? And now my cat player boosts me up here, and I can just hold this the whole round and try to catch people off as they're running out apps, right? This is a solo play, right? I mean, I had a teammate boost me, but I don't need him to play off of me in any way, right? It's not something where I'm like, all right, I'm going to be playing in this setup and I need you to play off of me, and based on this timing, we're going to do this, right? So understanding like solo positions where you can get into, or maybe have a teammate put you into, is so good as far as like when you're solo queuing, finding success and doing this. Now, another thing that's going to be important is understanding the concept of you're going to be in every single game that you play, right? You're going to have bad teammates, good teammates, but at the end of the day, you're rolling the dice every time you solo queue. And so if you're able to push the advantage as far as, you know, how many games you're able to win, and trying to win unwinnable games and trying to not lose, like, you know, games that are slipping away, is so vital. So how do we do this? By being a good teammate. Like I said, like, it's so important not to be tilted. And if you can just be positive and give your teammates that good energy and help unlock them, and, you know, give them hype, give them, you know, energy when they do something good, drop them, do these simple things, you're gonna push the advantage and allow yourself to win a lot more matches than you should. So many matches you can just win purely off of vibes because you can tilt the other team. And if you're able to be a good teammate, you're gonna succeed, right? You're gonna succeed. If someone, you know, throws a really good flash for you, like, you know, they flash con and then you peek with the flash and get a kill on a full blind guy, be like, bro, nice flash that you threw, that was actually crazy, like that was actually so good, right? And being able to do this is actually so valuable, and it's gonna help you out a lot. One thing that I find a lot of success in when I'm solo queuing is, it sucks, but like when you're understanding when you're in lobbies where you're the best player-ish, highest ranked, whatever, and understanding when you're in lobbies where your teammates are actually just like on fire. If I'm in a lobby where my teammates are absolutely destroying, they're playing so good, I'm more of like supporting them, like I'm setting them up, I'm trying to get them activated, or I'm running in for them. I'm like the guy that's like running out here trying to make space, like doing these things so that they can win the round. If I have better players on my team, people that know what they're doing, I'm dropping them the op. If they're hitting insane shots at the op and they're playing really good, I'm dropping them the op and I'm rifling even though I'm an opper, and I want the highest probability of us to win, right? Versus when I'm in lobbies where it's like the players don't really know what they're doing, they're kind of just like noobs, and you know, they don't know how to throw utility, they don't know how to set people up and do stuff. I'm playing honestly very selfishly, and it sounds very bad, but in some games you're going to have to play selfishly, but that doesn't mean that you get to treat your teammates poorly or that you get to yell at them. But it means like when we're running out A here, you know, maybe, you know, make sure someone else has the bomb so that they plant the bomb, right? If someone's playing really bad, just have him plant the bomb, right? Because that way you don't want your top fragger to plant the bomb and then he gets killed through the smoke or something. But instead, I'm throwing them the bomb and I'm playing the post plant, and then I'll go for really individual plays, right? Say we somehow get the bomb down here. Well, if I recognize that, I'm gonna make the player rep all the way around here and go off cat and then play for the post plant right here, right? Do this super long individual play, but because of, you know, the way the game's going, it's stuff that you're going to have to do. Another really good thing to do is like become a lurker, right? If you can become very good at lurking and having this individual playstyle, you're gonna succeed in these matches because you're able to catch timings and understand like when you should be going out and how you can catch people with their nades out, right? If your teammates are sprinting out mid and you hear this triple guy throwing flashes over, he's jumping and like throwing util, then you know that like, oh shoot, like this guy is vulnerable and you can farm him. So just understanding timings like this is very valuable too, and it's just gonna vary game to game. You got to be flexible as a solo queuer, you got to have a good mental, and you've got to be able to support your teammates and bring them up. But remember, you're in every single one of the games you play, so never ever forget that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to check out the other videos on this channel. I post every single day, and I love all the support you guys have been showing me, so appreciate every single one of you. Let's keep grinding, let's keep growing, and I'll see you later. Peace out.